Welcome back. Having a house full of people over the holidays may stress you out, but it can also cause problems for your pet. Here to show us ways to handle holiday house guests with our pets is local canine specialist Casimiro. Good to have you here.
Hi.
And this is beautiful Coco.
Yep, this is my Coco.
You're Coco, you're well-trained pooch, right?
She's a good girl.
The holidays are stressful. They're stressful for us, but our animals can really feel that too. It's people in their environment a lot.
You bet. What I usually recommend for the dogs during the holidays is to, for one, not just the holidays, but overall, is to make sure the dog respects you as a pack leader. I mean, that's one of my first tips.
And when you say that my animal needs to respect me as the pack leader, I'm the boss of the house and the dog.
You bet. You're the boss of the house and the dog. If a lot of your problems go away when your dog looks at you, respects you as a pack leader. I mean, you'll have a much calmer dog.
That sounds easier said than done. I mean, that's work that you can't just whip into shape just before the holidays.
No, it's usually a program that, one of our programs go anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, you know, depending on the dog. We can usually get you in shape by then, you know.
I growl at my dog to make her, is that appropriate to make her feel that? She lays right down on the floor and puts her belly up when I growl at her.
Yeah, some people use growling, some people just use the word no. I use ch, you know. As long as the dog knows that that is knock it off type deal.
Huh. Okay, your next piece of advice has to do with the holiday decor.
Yep. I usually tell people make sure that either your dog is mature enough to not touch those things, or at least create them while you're gone. Because, for example, you know, enough utensil, for example, could actually cause a blockage in their system and put you through a lot of hurt.
I have heard too, like even in a small cat, that the edges of it could cut their intestines as it's moving through their systems. So that tinsel is really dangerous stuff.
Dangerous stuff.
Same with the lights. I think you recommend unplug those lights because they're attracted to chewing on those, right?
You bet. Unplug the lights when you're gone.
Okay. You say cover the tree water. There's actually danger in that water.
Yeah, the sap from a live tree. I mean, I've actually seen it for my own dogs. Come here, Coco. For my own dogs that. They tend to, can make them sick, make them vomit even, make them not want to eat and so on.
So cover that up, and there are ways to do that and be safe. Okay, you also say if it all is just too much, if you know you've got an anxious animal, perhaps the best thing for them is boarding. You
bet. Some people that, you know, if you know you have an aggressive dog, for example, or anxious around other pets that might be around your house, you might want to consider, just for the safety of your dog, safety of your company, to board the dog, or even consider maybe blocking them off to the end of your house, you know, somewhere where the dog feels safe and not threatened, as well as your guest.
Speaking of the guests, you say that a little education is appropriate and in order in terms of, you know, feeding treats off the plate, etc.
You bet. Feeding dogs off the plate, you know, you tend to have anywhere from 5 to 10 guests at a time, you know, maybe 15. If each one of those guys give them a piece of turkey, you know what I mean? You know, a belly full of turkey, for example, and one of these guys could potentially be harmful, could make them develop something called pancreatitis, which could be lethal for the animal. And
there are certain, you know, holiday-related foods that are bad for them anyway. The chocolate,
chocolate, you bet, nuts, and so on.
Very dangerous for them. One of your other tips is when the house gets busy and it gets chaotic, take the dog on a good long walk.
You bet.
Wipe them out, wear them out.
You bet.
And let them get away from all that chaos for a minute.
You bet. For example, she's been on a big long walk this morning. Otherwise, you'd notice a big difference right now.
Yeah.
You know, they got to get their energy out, and usually, you know, 2-3 mile walk. You know, get them out there. You know, in this case, she went on a bike ride, but 2-3 mile walk. You know, then when they get to where they need to be with family and friends, or even something like this, you know, they're calm. Instead of taking the energy out here, you've taken it out where you know, in the morning.
Well, I want you to stick around for a private consultation on my unruly pooch. In the meantime, we want to tell you there is a cool